I believe there has to be both. We can learn and read and familiarize ourselves with practices, try them on. But if you're doing all that, doing all the things, and you still feel off, you're still feeling like you're not getting anywhere, that's a message that we're not tuning into what it is our body wants, the whole body. Welcome to the Body and Brew series. For those of you who don't know me, hey, I'm Shannon, a somatic and energetic integration specialist for women. I have with me here a bone broth. I've been healing from being glutened last week by accident, so my tummy has been quite upset over the last week, and so bone broth and probiotics have been my number one best friend. Let's get back to the episode. What we're here to talk about today is the off feeling when it comes to our healing journeys or our expansive growth journeys. So if you're new here and you're joining this series, what we would normally do, if you feel the calling to do it, if it feels right, is grab a nice warm cozy brew, find a cozy spot on the couch. It's all cozy vibes, and it's a time for connecting and discussing personal experiences, but also my own perspective of what I've come to learn in life. It can be any topic in life, but it's a bit more of a warm and personal conversation when we join these Body and Brew episodes. So strap in. We're going to be talking about why you can do all the right things and still feel disconnected, still feel off. When it comes to the healing journey, you can do all the right things and still feel off and still feel like it's not working, still feel disconnected from yourself. And when we think about those words, healing journey, that in itself is so subjective, which is where I'm getting around to that answer of why things can feel off on a healing journey. Healing is unique to each individual. Every single person will be on a healing journey. And the reason I keep doing quotation marks is not because I don't like that wording. I definitely resonate with eras and times of my life where I feel I've been on a healing journey. But not every single era and cycle and phase of our life, every chapter of our lives is going to feel like it's healing. Doesn't mean it's not, doesn't mean it is. It's how we as individuals experience our lives and experience growth and expansion in our lives. That's to me what healing can be. Again, I don't always resonate with that. And this is the most important part here. What I'm getting at is it's an individual experience. So that's why you can do all the right things. You can read all the right books, practice all the right practices that professionals tell you to, that you resonate with, the advice you resonate with. It's like confirmation bias we talk about. You know, if you resonate with something, you're more likely to find all the evidence you can that that works and run with it. But the most important thing when it comes to feeling off, feeling disconnected, craving that deeper sense of healing is coming back to you. Am I doing or am I feeling and being and existing? Am I learning, studying, gathering information? That is a part of the journey, but it's not all the journey. It's not the only thing. I believe there has to be both. We can learn and read and familiarize ourselves with practices, try them on. Yes, try what resonates. But if you're doing all that, doing all the things, and you still feel off, you're still feeling like you're not getting anywhere. For me, that's a message that we're not tuning into what it is our body wants. Our body as in our mind, heart, soul, and physical body, the whole body. That's to me the key element, is coming back to yourself and how that feels for you. Because you can collect all the evidence in the world to suggest one way is the right way, but you've got to go with the way that feels right for you. That's how I've come to experience a healing journey and doing all the right things. The other thing I wanted to touch on is using doing all the right things as an escapism. You can consume, like overconsume actually, all the right tools, all the right practices, but that can become avoidance. It's like a distraction from being present with yourself and tuning into yourself. If any of this resonates, I would suggest starting with stillness. And if stillness feels hard, just start simple and slow and small, baby steps. Start with 10 seconds of just stillness. And even if your mind's running in the background or there's things going on, just start. Start with stillness, start with presence, and start with noticing what's going on in yourself. Even if it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Start with that and notice. Get curious in your mind and notice. Notice what's there inside of you, because if you can tap into that innate, deeper wisdom, the instincts and the intuition that comes through you as a soul, as a being, you can better discern for yourself what's actually going to work for you, how embodying certain things are going to benefit you more and light you up more and expand you and grow you more, versus the things that you're just doing simply because of the logistics and putting your faith in a practice or a guru or a leader in the world. Yes, it's good to have mentors, but not to the extent or the expense of yourself and losing yourself. And it can become consuming all these things, and these personas and these practices and tools and this information can become an avoidance. And so 2 somatic cues I'll leave with you is, 1, am I present with myself? Am I able to be present with myself? Or am I uncomfortable with that stillness? 2, what does that presence look like? Because stillness for one person could be literally just sitting in stillness and meditating. Stillness for another person could be sitting on the couch, sipping their tea, or going for a walk out in nature. Reduced stimulus can be the start of stillness for someone. And so that's why I say start with 10 seconds. It could be walking outside and taking a little micro break if you work from home, or even if you have an office with a green space outside or a front door you can walk out to go outside. Take little micro breaks, even if it's just 30 seconds outside. Notice the fresh air, notice the stillness, come back to the presence of yourself. Start small. So those are the 2 somatic cues. Am I present with myself? Am I able to be present with myself? And number 2, how am I able to be present for myself? Getting curious with that. What works for you? It's about coming back to you. And so that's my personal experience, how I've come to experience the off feeling, the disconnect, and that brick wall we hit when we feel like we're trying all the things and they're just not sticking, they're just not working. It's about coming back to you. And that's why my slogan for Somatic Body is now come home to you. Keep coming back to you. And that's all I really wanted to talk about. Enjoy your brew, and I'll see you next time.